In ancient Greece, there was a god called Pan. His voice used to instill fear in his adversaries' minds. The word panic comes from his name. And though a lot has changed from ancient Greece to the 21st century, one thing hasn't changed: self-doubt. It still plagues everyone. I don't need to tell you that self-doubt might be the reason why the greatest ideas don't make it out of the greatest minds. Or to keep it simple, when you look into the mirror, you do not see a beautiful person smiling back at you. Hi guys, tell me how many of these situations sound familiar to you? You are in a relationship which seems good, but you aren't sure if you deserve this person. Your boss offers you a new position and you feel you aren't up to it. You have moved to a new place and you're having troubles adjusting, making friends, and you're questioning the decision to move itself. Obviously, all of this happens because of self-doubt, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Many of us have self-doubt even without realizing, because as humans, we cannot be immune to the reasons why self-doubt happens. Unless, of course, you're a robot. Jokes aside, Van Gogh once said, if you hear voices in your head not to paint, then don't listen to them and just paint. Now, even though everyone has self-doubt, it is what we do to combat it that makes us different. And in order to react, we need to understand where are we having this self-doubt and what is causing it. Only then we can fight it. That's exactly what we are going to do in this video. So stay till the end, because that's the only way for you to know how to overcome it. And we are going to take a couple of examples as well, different types of examples, so that you can relate it in various aspects of your life. Hi guys, honestly speaking, this video took me 1 month to make. Seriously, just one video in a month. Because this is a very important topic and I wanted to communicate a lot of things in the shortest amount of time. And perhaps you might not like it, but if you do, please like and subscribe and share this channel, because every day I'm trying to work on something new to communicate to make your life a little bit better. Now let's start from the self-doubt matrix, which addresses both the reasons why we have self-doubt on the left here and the scenario in which we might experience it on the right. So basically this means self-doubt in a relationship can be caused by either of these three: past experiences, childhood problems, or lack of experience. Similarly, for work, self-doubt can be caused by either of these three, and the same goes for new scenarios. Now, in order to not make this video 30 minutes long, let's just take three associations: relationship, past experiences, work, childhood problems, new scenarios, and lack of experience. Simple. We'll take one example each so that you can see how it might apply in your case. Okay, starting from the first. Self-doubt in relationship caused by past experiences. Carla has a boyfriend, Paul. They have been together for 6 months now. She loves him, but she can't shake that feeling that he's so much better than her. Does she really deserve him? She thinks that he also realizes this, and this self-doubt makes her become even more defensive towards his suggestions and very possessive, imagining that every girl is hitting on Paul, and worse enough, he is responding to others. We all know what happens next, but Carla's behavior is such because of her last relationship with Andrew, who abused her for a long time and finally left her because he didn't find her good enough. This made Carla doubt her real self-worth, and she carried this with her into the next relationship. Imagine Tiger Woods' wife's self-esteem when his affairs were made public. But do you think she should have doubted herself? Second, self-doubt and work due to childhood problems. For years, John has been working hard in his job and has proven himself for taking charge of the next big project. His boss trusts in his abilities and gives him the position. Upon receiving the job, John is not sure if he should accept the offer or not, because he's scared if he'll be able to do justice to the profile. John's self-doubt comes from his childhood. His parents gave him tough love. They always thought pushing him incessantly and not showing any appreciation will be the way to prepare him for the real world. Growing up, John always felt inadequate. Whatever he did wouldn't please his father, and slowly, steadily, his self-doubt grew more and more. You won't believe, but John F. Kennedy is one example of one who always considered himself lesser than his brother. Number 3, self-doubt caused by new scenarios because of lack of experience. For university, Sophie moved to Boston from a little city in the south of France. She didn't know anyone else in Boston, neither in her university. She focused on studies but was unable to get any help from others when she had problems in understanding how to manage living in a new city and an English university. She started questioning her choice to move so far from home. The fact is, she was really good at studies and her English was good too. But growing up, she didn't have much time for friends and hadn't traveled much. Hence, she was finding it difficult to initiate a conversation with her colleagues and how to insert herself in the social context of a new city. Hollywood actor Chris Hemsworth had considered leaving acting behind after he moved to US and didn't find much traction in the industry. Yes, I mean the Thor. Just imagine what if they had let their self-doubt paralyze them. So what can we do about it? I'm so passionate about this topic, guys, because self-doubt causes such a waste to our potential. So we are going to learn 4 simple steps to defeat self-doubt once and for all. Number 1, self-acceptance. Self-doubt comes from feeling you're not good enough. With time, you stop respecting yourself and you start underestimating your self-worth. You need to reestablish that connection with yourself. Understand what your abilities are, good or bad. And once you know them, start trusting yourself, start working on yourself, and stop looking for that external approval. Number 2, seek feedback actively. If you're a leader, doesn't mean you shouldn't get feedback, isn't it? Then why do us normal people tend to close ourselves to feedback just to save our fragile ego? Instead, once you have passed that step 1 and accepted yourself, you have to start actively seeking feedback so that you can understand your strengths and weaknesses and really work towards them and thrive. Number 3, keep learning. We all suffer from imposter syndrome at one point or the other in our lives. In different scenarios, it may be at our work or it may be in our personal relationships, where you feel that you're not as good as you're trying to project to others, and deep within you're convinced that you aren't good enough and you're worried that people will see through that. But after going through step 1 and step 2, you must make it a habit to learn about what you are doing. Learn about the things where you feel you are an imposter until one day you get out of it. Until one day you feel you are really, really good. Amy Cuddy says this in the second most watched TED Talk. If you haven't watched it, definitely go and watch it. She says, don't fake it till you make it. Fake it till you have become it. Number 4, make it a motivator. Listen guys, stop being kind and politically correct all the time, talking about positive energy and all. Derek Jeter said, I love it when people doubt me. It makes me work harder to prove them wrong. So yes, take the motivation from this self-doubt and prove others as well as yourself wrong. You're better than what you think you are. Guys, self-doubt is what makes you human, I get it. But it's your decision to let it guide your life choices or take action and work towards defeating your self-doubt so that you can flourish and the world can see who you can be. The world can see who you can be, that's poetic. I'm here to help you with my words, experiences and learning. But you need to take the steps to change your life for the better. Best of luck.